So this is a 3D interactive visualization of the periodic table, and you can see, oh, there's the melting points of all the elements. Here's the atomic mass. I don't really know much about the periodic table. This needs to be put in schools. They should do like a VR thing. Show students like this. That'd be way easier to learn and break them all down individually. The biomass distribution of the animal kingdom. So there's 0.1% of wild birds. That feels not right. I feel like there's way more birds everywhere. There's actually more mammals, wild mammals, than there are birds. There's 2.5 humans. That's kind of crazy because what, aren't we approaching like 10 billion humans? There's even more livestock, I'm guessing because we're eating them. That sounds horrible. 29% fishes. Why did they choose this fish in particular too? That looks like a alien fish. But 42% of the biomass distribution is from ants or arthropods. I have heard those scenarios where like if it was humans versus ants, wouldn't every human have to take out like a million ants to have like a fighting chance? A satellite map of the Vatican City. This is the entire Vatican City, isn't it? It's just that. It's kind of mind-blowing just how tiny it is. I know it was tiny. But looking at this makes those Vatican City World Conquest videos the most ridiculous thing. It looks like there's like 100 people living in there total. There are different paper sizes according to the country you live in on the earth. We can't even agree on this. That's depressing. So a US letter is normally 8.5 inches by 11 inches, and A4, I don't know what that is 8.29 inches. Oh yeah, it's because of inches, huh? It goes down to the imperial system, kind of. These are weird countries to decide to use this with us. Okay, I get North America, that makes sense. But then randomly, Chile, Colombia, and Venezuela. I know why the Philippines use it, because we like force them to. I am today years old when I found out that there are actually different paper sizes. Okay, but what is a suburb? So this is a poll of Virginia, randomly. I don't know why they chose Virginia. And the DC metro area. If you ask them where they live, they have 3 choices: urban, suburb, or rural. Rural seems really cut and dry. I think it's pretty obvious. Go outside, you see a bear, fairly certain you're in a rural area. It looks like most people are a little bit more hesitant to say urban. They usually go to suburban first. There are a number of smaller urban pockets as well as larger cities like Richmond. In many places you can see a radical pattern with transition zones between. That's pretty good. So generally people kind of know where they live. That sounds so stupid. But that looks accurate. This is what it would look like. I'm assuming this light green is a mixture of people that think they live in the suburban, but most people pick rural instead. And the DC metro area is just insane. Look at all that blue. The word suburban doesn't really come up when I think of DC. It would be interesting to see like what the ages of these people were. I'm sure that's a factor in it. Europe seen from Russia, specifically made in the 1950s. So this is what Papa Stalin was seeing. It's so weird looking. It's almost kind of scary. But you know what? Every time they try to come over here, y'all always beat them back. Poland's topography map, I don't know why. It's pretty much just a flat piece of land, isn't it? I want to stop and look at this one because it looks like a piece of meat, kind of. And that is what a lot of surrounding countries have pretty much thought Poland is. When is it acceptable to start playing Christmas music? I like this 6%. Never. 9% of people says it's okay to play Christmas music year-round. Can we sacrifice this entire population? 19% say the beginning of November. I'm okay with that, I guess. Day after Thanksgiving. That's the most common answer. I agree with this. Day after, not a day sooner. 22% say beginning of December. Where is the option about, because I know there's just people that say it's okay in October. I will accept the year-round people. The people that want to start in October, nah, you getting sacrificed. For Halloween, it'll be perfect. Planets in the solar system, but what I like about this is that it specifies which angle they turn in or rotate in. Look how weird and messed up Earth is. What's wrong with us? We got issues. Venus and Mercury are normal. Oh my god, we're living on the planet equivalent of like an alt girl. I'm not like other girls. Although Mars has decided to copy us. Jupiter kind of rotates off their axis. Oh, okay. It's not super uncommon. Saturn's doing it too. Where is Pluto? Price of electricity from new power plants. The price of solar has declined by 89% in the last 10 years, which means it's cheaper than ever to do this. That is insane. That's steep decline. Nuclear has actually gone up. Coals remain the exact same. Gas is down too. This is good, right? I'm pretty sure this is good. I don't really know. The UAE population density. I figured this looking at it on a map because everyone just lives in this city, but this is such a like dramatic visualization. The 41 American states. Can you guess which states are not here? This is so creepy because it looks so perfect. I don't know how they did that. I mean, obviously the shape of the US is probably slightly the same. I noticed they got rid of a bunch of flat states. That's probably why this is getting so many people, because they got a lot of the flyover states. I'm sorry. Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota. That's 4 right there. They got rid of Pennsylvania. That's 5. There's no Alaska or Hawaii, so that's 7. I don't think there's a Delaware. That's 8. We just need 1 more. Oh, New Mexico. And they slid over Colorado. Bam! I don't know how I did that. I thought that was going to take me way longer. This doesn't include Hawaii and Alaska. But apparently the joke is they're tired of being left off of maps. map. So they're gonna just start disappearing states. This just makes Turkey seem messed up. Look at Turkey. They have perfectly grabbed up like all the green. They're like, yeah, we're gonna take this. Just like Croatia was like, no to Bosnia getting any sort of ocean access. But when I said they have a little, this is what I mean. The queen looks so scary. This is how many leaders have seen or like met the queen, ruled over during the reign of the queen. Look at how many American presidents she's gotten through. That's actually the most dramatic part on this list. The queen knew Papa? That's crazy. Is Putin gonna try to compete? I wonder if Putin's gonna try to compete with her. UK were kind of going through a lot of different leaders before the 1980s. I didn't realize that. Then there's France and then Germany up here. Merkel's been around for a while too. She'll probably live to see the day where the leader X3000 takes over the US. All ships on Earth. Apparently this is using AIS static data. So this is how they can determine all the ships on the Earth. And the first thing I want to go do is see if there's like anything stranded out there. Well, there seems to be a lot of things. That's a lot. How many of these people can't find their way back home? That's what I want to know. How many ships are in the Mississippi River? It's a huge amount. How many ships going from South Africa directly to Brazil? You know, for having the Suez Canal, there isn't much traffic going here either. At least not as much as I expected. Dang, China. Okay, that is, it looks like radiation. I didn't just say that because Japan is there. That's not what I meant. Looks like there's more activity in the Caspian Sea than there is in the Black Sea. I kind of wonder why that is too. Poland's most common foreign tourists nationality by region. All right, so Germany's over here, mostly Germany in the west. And Ukraine's over here, so mostly Ukraine in the east. I wonder why there's all this UK down this way. And a lot of US. I'm sure it partly has to do with the cities, maybe. The cities in each region. I'm pretty sure this is where Warsaw is, so that makes sense. Age of astronauts at their first space flight. So this first dude ever was 25. But for the most part, they're about 37. Russians and other nations be sending them up young. I wonder why that is. Whereas Americans, dang, 52, 53. We send them old up. I don't know if that sounds, I don't know. For some reason, that seems, I don't, counterintuitive. But the most popular range is like 36, 37. Isn't this when you're in your like mental prime? Is that why? I'm definitely not in my mental prime. But hey, if someone wants to send me, I'll go. Look at this massive, ultra detailed classroom map of Norway. Really hope this person is Norwegian or a weird map person like me. So strange, just a massive map of Norway and yet you live in Kansas. 80% or about 250 million Americans live east to the right line. I recently found this out when I looked up how many people lived in each time zone. I was trying to determine like what most of America runs off of. It's Eastern Standard Time, and that's because like more than half of people live over like here. Well, yeah. Obviously because of the diagram, yeah. There's just nothing over here. It's always so crazy. There's nothing over here. San Juan County in Utah touches more adjacent counties than any other county in the United States. This is really random. Why, Utah? Oh, they're right there on the corner because here's Arizona and New Mexico, Colorado. Why is it so massive? I don't understand this. You broke up all these other ones. Is it too mountainy, maybe? There's no point. No one lives up here, so they just grouped it all. Maybe that's it. Low population. Flag map of Europe, but it's only the red, without coat of arms and eagles. So if your map has red in it, this is only showing the red. Is that what it's saying? So Turkey's fine. Spain, not that fine. There's only a third of France's flag that is showing. Same thing for Germany. Swiss look good. This is really weird. It's actually throwing... Wait, why does Norway look like that? I was like, did Norway get colonized by Denmark? But no. This is just a really weird way to look at things. Finland almost looks the exact same. Their flag is like white mostly. That's a reverse card. This is weird. I'd want to see more though. The entirety of continental South America lies east of Michigan. This is hard to fathom, especially because like these flat maps are just the bane of existence. It confuses everything because Earth doesn't actually... Well, actually, let's not offend anyone. Where Krampus dwells. This is perfect for Christmas coming up. Countries with at least one region where Krampus appears in folklore. This is awesome. So, Krampus is like the evil demon of Santa. Scary Santa, basically. I don't really picture Krampus eating pasta people, but I guess that is maybe a thing. These are always the scary countries. Surprised Krampus never went to Romania. Imagine he teamed up with vampires. It's funny how often this stuff happens. The Austro-Hungarian Empire overlapping with these presidential elections in Romania. Like those old borders still have such a huge impact on today. Obviously Germany's another big example, but that wasn't that long ago, so I understand why East and West Germany is still kind of different. Improved pain scale. Let's actually get down to the bottom of this. I always just throw out like 8 out of 10 usually. So number 1 is like an itch. It's not painful, it just feels like an itch, something weird. You need a band-aid for 2. It's kind of annoying for 3. 4 out of 10, this is concerning, but I can still work. 5, is that bees? Number 6, oh yeah, that is bees. So 7 would be you can't stop crying. You're in that much pain that you can't stop crying. I don't know if I agree with this. When I broke my leg, I didn't cry. Why am I trying to pretend to be a Chad? It's not, yeah. I didn't have time to cry because I was in so much pain though, I feel. I can't move, it hurts so bad. Yeah, 8 out of 10 sounds about right. Mauled by a bear or ninjas is a 9, and then 10 would be you're just unconscious. It's that painful. I don't know if I agree with this actually. This is, I think it could have been better. Tag someone who doesn't know. Checks, shakes, splits. What? Oh, wood damage infographic. Not holes. Okay, we've seen that. These are just knots, but without holes. Wane, it's like more softer, I guess. Not edgy. Cupped, twisted, bow, crooked. What is all this though? Splits, shakes. What's the difference between checks and shakes? I don't even see it. How to read your tire size. Also, what's up with this spelling right here? This is the tire width by millimeters. Rim diameter, I had no idea. I thought these were just numbers they put on there randomly. I thought they were just trying to give some sort of code to the aliens. Where's the most important PSI? Old school color guide. I didn't even realize we needed a guide for this. Cambridge, that sounds like fancy. Milton, we don't do that anymore, huh? Elliot, just straight up. Is there even a fold in this Elliot one? This one looks pretty normal. That sounds, oh, this one too. Rugby. Actually, maybe all the, what? This is really confusing. Some of these all look the same to me. How do you not know the shirt just needs to be ironed? We need to bring back some of these old styles. Maybe there is. I don't know anything about fashion, so I should just shut up. I did a video about this, 20 most bizarre foods in the world. There is a lot of weird stuff out there, obviously. I just remember specifically the Icelandic shark. Is that in here? There's like this old, raw, rotting shark they eat. Oh yeah, right there. Of course, that's very famous. Vegemite does scare me, Australians. I want to try it. I probably will when I go there one day, but I'm terrified. Can we just round up when it comes to these generations? I don't know if this is super accurate because I've seen different definitions for this. Baby boomers are between 1946 to 1964. Gen X, 65 to 80. I didn't know they're also called the TV generation. So right there, I've heard that millennials is anything between 1981 and 1999 or 2000, whatever. This is weird to me. Gen Z can be born in 1997? That doesn't sound right. I always thought Gen Z had to be born in 2000. I thought Gen Z was like only at most 20 years old. This is not what evolution looks like. Oh, this is great, actually. This is what evolution looks like. Yep, see, that guy didn't make it. That guy didn't make it. They tried to do different things, but nope, it didn't work out. It's like a maze. They were just trying to find their way. Optimize everything. What was this guy doing? He just fell. He was just born. He fell off a cliff. And thank you to the December patrons: Plebeian Tribune, Julius Cheeser, Lennon Lover 419, FusionWolf, Manny 74, RalseiTree, DOOCHBAGGINS, Deezer123, Mac, Rat Smacker 3000, AryanAfterHours, LuxembourgLover, Mayonnaise Incorporated, Pelovski, ClBlr, Ballinlikestalin, Elijah Senpai, and stepstowar. Thank you.